The strength. This is now a major hurricane, Category 3 storm. The track, it's a little bit slower. We're not seeing any big changes. This might be by an hour or two. Definitely going to be keeping this around Florida a little bit longer. And we've seen that with recent changes through this morning. Orlando could be right under the gun still through Wednesday afternoon. And the pressure has dropped slightly, only by about 3 to 5 millibars. Over the last several days, boy, have we seen a development with this system. 35 miles per hour back in the 24th. Today is the 30th. Winds up to 115 miles per hour. At this time yesterday, winds were sustained at 85 miles per hour. So it's jumped from a Category 1 to a Category 3 storm during that time. So listing all that information. Sustained winds at 115 miles per hour. It's still moving northwest at 10 miles per hour. When I said that there's a change in speed, I mainly mean in the back end of that forecast, day 3 to 4. And this thing is still a monster, over 500 miles. And I'm talking about just the cloud cover that goes from east to west. And Category 3, that is going to be the big story. Next stop is going to be Category 4. That looks to be likely. And bringing up our Saffir-Simpson scale, that means devastating to catastrophic damage. And the first stop is going to be the northern part of the Bahamas. They're in line, already under a watch for a very dangerous major hurricane. Wind gusts also up to 130 miles per hour, pressure down to 970. That will continue to drop, and we're seeing a pretty well-defined center along this. Expect this to be a Category 4 storm by tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening. That would bring it up to 130 miles per hour sustained. As much as I think 140 miles per hour as it's crossing the Bahamas. Not a good situation, but watch as it works its way to the coast. It will weaken as it makes landfall. Still by Wednesday morning, a Category 1 storm to around a tropical storm, and I think it's going to continue to weaken as it moves up the coast. This is shifting it a little bit further east. The further east it goes, if it does go back over water, this would keep it alive a little bit longer and make it more of an event for the South Carolina coast. There's still a lot of time. I'm not here to alarm, just to alert you that there is a slight shift in the path, and that wouldn't affect us until latter part of next week, talking about Thursday or Friday. I want to take a closer look at the Florida coast. So let's zoom in. We're talking about possible landfall. Let's take a closer look. Here is the consensus path right in the middle of that cone from the National Hurricane Center. It has it making landfall as a Category 4 storm. Current time, about 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning. It'll weaken as it moves onto the coast. If you're familiar with the Florida coast, let's look at some of those surrounding areas. Right now, the current line, this will shift. This is an exact forecast right around Jupiter Beach. West Palm Beach looks to be right in line, but recent models, bringing up some of our spaghetti plots, keeps it around Fort Pierce, Vero Beach, Sebastian, and even just south of Melbourne, Florida, if you are familiar with the Florida coast. So just kind of give you perspective, if you visited this part of Florida, what could be impacted. And those areas are going to see the strongest winds, sustained winds at major strength over 111 miles per hour. Still looking at those spaghetti plots, I think the big change is this is a little bit further east. We still are seeing a wide range. By the time you get about Tuesday, this thing is still slow moving. There's a chance it could be a little bit further west across the state. The further east that it is, that's going to be affecting the Carolina coast, but it's still going to be a waiting game. It's really not until Thursday or Friday that we're going to have any effect. First stop, of course, is going to be South Carolina. The Outer Banks still should keep an eye out if it does take more of an easterly track. As of right now, a good consensus as it moves through the central parts of Florida, starts to die out, will become a tropical depression by about Thursday. Everyone's asking, how is this going to affect our weekend? Any rain that you have along the Carolina coast and even the Georgia coast is going to be from a stalled out stationary front. So that is going to keep rain likely around for Savannah and then just scattered to likely chances along the coast. That's for tomorrow. For your Sunday, still scattered rain chances. Not going to be raining all day. Temperatures ranging from the lower to the mid 80s. Also, this is our better chance for rain around Charlotte. We're going to clear out slightly heading into your Labor Day. Chance of an isolated shower, but most of that rain is going to be just off the coast. So if you are going to the beach, we are looking at mostly cloudy skies with on and off rain chances for your Labor Day weekend. So you just keep that in mind. So again, the biggest impact that I think that we are going to see here locally is maybe some rain in our eastern viewing area around Rockingham. We'll still keep an eye on that, likely moving through the central parts of Florida. But again, a lot can change. I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy with the most recent update. We'll have another update at 5 o'clock. Of course, we'll be live on air from 4 to 6 on WCNC. We hope to see you then.